Hey girl, I hope everything is good over here. Everything is great here. The show kicks off in just a couple of hours, 11 o'clock. It's $20, starts at $20 today. Like we've been saying, it's all things pop culture. Your comic books, you have some kind of take you back down memory lane kind of shirts hanging here. Even this Halloween Town shirt I remember from the Disney Channel that I watch. So definitely want to stop by. Now, we can't talk pop culture without talking wrestling, correct? And I think the best person that we should have kind of talk to us about it all is the iconic professional wrestling announcer, Tony Schiavone.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being here. Why'd you say wow? I think you're pretty iconic, and I think people at home too as well. Talk about the feeling of just being here and people coming up to you, asking for your autograph. Just talk about taking it all in.
Well, yeah, I've been doing this for a long time now, as many people know, and it still amazes me how the effect that we've had on people that pro wrestling has had, and people still watch our shows. We've got we're on TNT on Wednesday nights and on Friday nights, and I've been doing this for quite a while. And people come up and talk to me about, hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but you're the voice of my childhood, and I don't know if that offends you by me saying that. And I said, no, I love hearing that, because I've had an effect on people in their livelihood, and so I've been doing it for a long time. I enjoy what I do, and I need to say that the people here are as nice of people as I've ever been around, and we do a lot of Comic-Cons, but we have been really welcomed here with open arms. It's really nice.
Talk about the different age groups you're getting, because obviously you've been doing this for nearly 40 years, but are you getting children, or it's usually mostly just adults?
It's usually adults in their 30s, but we've had some children. Adults will come up with their children, they'll say, I watched you when I was younger, and now because all of our old stuff is on the network. It's on the Peacock, so they'll say, now my daughter's into it, or my son's into it, and it's the love of wrestling is gone down through the years, even though wrestling's changed a great deal.
Let's talk about the love of wrestling. I know people want to know, recently, just this past Friday, we had a question come in from our guys at the studio.
Right.
You're going to tell me who it is. I don't want to mess up that person's name, but someone just came back, and it was a huge deal. Just talk about that game and that experience.
Yeah, CM Punk came back to wrestling for the first time in 7 years. We had him come out at the United Center in Chicago. We sold out the entire United Center in like 30 minutes. It was live on TNT Friday night. And it was a very emotional time for him coming back in his hometown, and the fans were there for him. And he took about 15 minutes at the start of the show just to talk about his journey back to wrestling and how great it was to have the fans here. And it was one of those moments in wrestling that is going to be with us forever. And I was so glad I was there and working behind the scenes and being a part of it. So it's kind of like. Fans have been with him for so long, and they wanted him to come back, and there was even a shot of a guy, crying, and I'm thinking, man, if you're going to cry about a wrestler coming back, what impact have we had on your life? And we really have. So.
And lastly, I know we're running out of time, but we have to speak about Butts and Seats really quickly. You're working on a comic book.
Right. This comic book is going to come out this fall. This is a preview edition, or what we call an ash can. It's basically my life story in wrestling, how I went from college and being a baseball announcer to being a wrestling announcer. And when they said, would you like to write a book about your life? I said, no. They said, how about a comic book? And I said, yes, absolutely. I grew up loving comic books and superheroes. And so this is going to come out. It's going to be 10 chapters. We had a Kickstarter, and it's been great.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your time. Butts and Seats is coming out. Jen, how amazing we get to speak with the voice, the voice of wrestling, a voice that we all hear, and now you get to put a face with it if you've never seen his face before.